Departing already, Lady Vestal? Forgive me. I am Prime Minister Dominus Harina. Your words to the people shook me to my core. Between you and me, I suspect they rattled the king's cage as well. He looked positively deflated. Small wonder. Having his little speech so thoroughly derailed must have been a blow to his royal ego. It will recover, though. It always does. Meanwhile, where will you go from here?
To Florum, land of radiant flowers and the water crystal.
I see. But how will you manage the journey with seas unnavigable? The inner sea was spared by some merciful stroke of fate, but no port or sandy shore exists on the Florum side. You might travel by land, but the forests along the way are suffused with a noxious fog. The path is most dangerous.
Seems we're blocked on all sides. Any ideas?
No, but the sage of the Yuliana Woods may know some way.
Then it's to the airship and to Juliana and beyond. Say the word, Agnes, and I shall lend wings to your every whim.
Just to Juliana, please.
Right, but before we head for Sage Juliana, we have some business to take care of in Ancheim. We have to go to the Grand Millworks at night and find out what that memo to Profiteer that we found a little bit back about rising the water prices again was from and what it was about exactly. But first, party chat. The Minister's generosity. Leave it to the Prime Minister. He thought of everything. What did he give us? It's a piece of paper. Great. Don't be silly, my angel. This is the bill of goods. They'll be sent to the ship later. First off, there's the food. He's arranged for bread, cured meat, salted grass beans, fruit celery, green turnips, 2 barrels of pickled pink eggplant, Clock Tower brand Fire sauce, then a barrel of Ancheim's most tooth-rotting desserts. They do like their sugar. There's at least 2 weeks' provisions here. Past food, there's... birthing permissions for the echelons. That'll come in handy. We can take on water, oil, even ammunition. Surely the man is a bureaucratic wizard. Sounds like we'll have a little party waiting for us at the ship. A party? We must make for Florum as soon as humanly possible. Well, as soon as possible is at least half a day from now, given the time to load all this. Right. I think you've all learned at least that much of a rest. Let's enjoy it while we can. Yeah, no. We do have an update in Monday as well. Probably just a trade. No, cake part shop. That'll be cool. Shove more people on that, and off we go. So, at night, for some reason, there's actually less security on the Grand Millworks, so we can just head inside. Nothing to stop us. No enemies in this area. No chests even. This area is literally just for a mill, so.
Hey, it opened!
Seems this is the spot mentioned in that memo we found.
This dungeon has some really goddamn annoying enemies, so I would suggest bringing in a black mage to inflict some status ailments. Specifically, blind is one we're going to want to inflict, as well as a thief to steal some items. Let's see, what are we going to run into first? Oh, okay, I had auto battle on. Oh, this sucks. Oh, everything about this is terrible. Okay, so in between, while I was waiting for it to be nighttime, I was doing some grinding outside of Ancheim. And I had auto battle on, and I never turned it off. Okay. So these are Merchant Tree Thugs. They suck. They can inflict Eye Gouge, or can inflict Blind with Eye Gouge, which, well, you already heard what it does. Other than that, they can't do much. How do I fuck do I want to do with this now? God damn it. They also have Strong Strike and Psych Up to raise the physical attack, but, since Ring a Bell can't do much else, let's just go ahead and have him sell some things that we got from stealing, and maybe we'll get some money. And I guess we'll try and kill them all with a Dia, because I don't really want to use my my mages to kill them with magic. Kill this guy. first, because the other one can't attack at the moment, so it's way worth it. Way more worth it. Okay, cool. And you even got a crit, so that builds up your special. Honestly, I can probably just brave with you guys and do physical attacks, and maybe even kill him. If not, then I don't know. I'm kind of just hoping here. Jesus Christ, that's a ton of damage. Please kill. I mean, I know we're not doing much damage, but I'm hoping he was low enough on health. Oh my god! Last attack. Yeah, that's a mistake that can happen. Accidentally being in auto attack mode. Let's cure Ring a Bell of that blind, because I don't want to have to deal with that. Let's get some healing out. If I hadn't done the auto attack, I might not have to be healing right now, but whatever. You know what, that should... I'm going to do this. Let's run a cure. And also, I need to equip you with the silver glasses. And what else? You keep the Thief's Glove. Should I give you anything? I don't think anything in here can inflict silence, can it? No, but they can actually inflict sleep, and I don't want you going to sleep. So let's have that. And you... I don't know. Get this, I guess. Whatever. Doesn't really matter what you equip exactly. Those are actually the least annoying out of all the enemies, in my opinion. Well... No, those... Actually, no. Those are probably the most annoying. And if I had better been prepared and not auto-battled, I could have actually had a strategy to deal with them. Okay. We now have Merchantry Blades. Oh, that sucks as well. Let's see, what can they do? They have Carroted Slash, which lowers magical defense, and Final Strike, which just deals a fuck ton of damage, but at the end of a turn. I am going to inflict sleep on 2 of them, hopefully. And then the blades actually do have an item I kind of want to steal. So actually, you steal from... No, steal from that one, because that's the one DM I kill. Hopefully, our mages go first. Sweet. Oh, okay, you missed. Okay. That's okay. Everything about this is bad right now. Try and inflict sleep on that guy still. You go ahead and use your special, I guess. Whatever. Steal, attack. Oh my god. So what we can steal... Ah, my god, no!
The crystal's blessing.
Okay. That really sucks. You use a Phoenix down. You heal. Hopefully... No. You know what? You just do both, because I'm afraid I don't know if Tiz will go first. I have no idea. So, do the both. You continue to steal from this guy. We can steal a Mage Masher, which isn't a great dagger at this point, but it sells for quite a bit of gold, so I want a peak, sorry. So I do definitely want to get it. I think... No, none of them are awake now. I'm going to poison this one. Continue to try and steal, continue to punch this guy. Oh my god, I just want to get a Mage Masher because it sells, again, for a decent bit. So that's 80 damage. Okay, this guy's not asleep anymore, so let's go and re-inflict that. You don't do anything, you steal again, you punch. Actually, inflicting sleep on this guy was not going to accomplish anything because we're just going to cut it. Well, actually, okay, it's accomplishing something because we don't have to deal with him now for a little bit. Well, we do, but it seems that Tiz will consistently go after Adia. So at least we'll wake him up and then put him right back to sleep. I am just not going to get the stand Mage Masher, am I? That is annoying. Okay, well, your fault. Nothing to really do right now. We might kill this guy this turn, so... Not too concerned, yeah. There's nothing really to steal from the Thug, if I remember correctly. There's basically just a potion. He does drop a Bronze Bangle, which is something that increases your HP by like 30 or something. Not particularly helpful, but it sure is there. So we're just going to kind of go all out, build up Ring of Bell special, and then just kind of kill him off with a Dia. These enemies are incredibly annoying, and I would suggest taking it slow, being careful, and just using status elements to give you an advantage over them, because otherwise they will blind you, they will hurt you. Is there anything down here? I thought there was like a secret passage down here. I guess not. Okay. That's just a long hallway for literally no good reason. So you can actually encounter Greater Kates in here, which can inflict silence. So I'm actually going to go and give you that and give you the clothespin. I'd rather my healer not be silenced than anything else. I mean, like, she can also inflict status elements if need be. Though, of course, I'd rather have her healing, but, you know, if we need to inflict status elements without Tiz, we at least have the ability to. So going down these stairs, we can get to some chests that were hidden away from us. Two normal chests with an earthing rod that gives us immunity to paralysis and some thumbing claws, which can cause blind on attack. Is that better than the spike knuckles? No. I'm going to stick with the spike knuckles then, even if they don't have a special effect. I definitely want to have them over the over that. We can sell those at least, so that's fine. And of course, another locked chest, as it is blue. All blue chests are locked. Narende update. I think it's probably just... Oh, no, River Part Shop. Cool. Go ahead and continue to get people on there. And let's continue to head off. So, I'm mixed on this dungeon. Party chat? No, delegating work in Narende. Oh, okay, we'll get back to that topic in a second. Is anything the matter, Tiz? No, I was just thinking. About Narende, I mean. What's the most efficient way to rebuild, do you think? Most efficient? Right. Once we recruit people to help, how do I go about delegating work to them? I haven't got a head for numbers. Me neither. How about you, Ringabel? Not much, I'm afraid. I don't even know how many girlfriends I have right now. I've been beating my head against the wall thinking of who to date in what order. Perhaps you're not hitting the wall hard enough. I'd be happy to help. I suppose all we really need is simple division. There are 3 buildings which each take 3 days to build. If I have 3 people to allot, then assigning 1 person per building would take 3 days for all of them. Or I put all 3 on one and build it in 1 day. That's still 3 days to build all 3. Wait, so there's no difference? Then why bother worrying about it? It isn't the same though. In the latter case, you have use of the first building after 1 day. And the second one after the second. It's a small difference, but a difference still. Assigning all 3 to each project earns the quickest gains, and maybe most efficient. Hey, you're right. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that a little bit, actually. We'll get back to the topic of me being mixed in this dungeon later, I guess. Okay, so actually, if we take a look at Narende, I've not been very organized with it. I've kind of just been throwing people willy-nilly about on these special shops. But a better way to handle it is actually take your life into account. So I've often just kind of forgot about Narende while I've been doing other things like editing or even recording. So I've kind of been updating or getting things done whenever I remember it. But a better way to do it is, say you're going to work, and you work for 6 hours. You might want to throw as many people on buildings that take 6 hours as possible, because then when you get home from work, everything will be done. Or say you're going to school for 7 or 8 hours. Do the same thing, and after 7 or 8 hours, then those buildings will be done, and you can buy from them, or you can get better specials or stuff. However, if you're actively playing the game, you might want to shove as many people on a single building as possible to get the benefits of that right away as you're still playing, opposed to having to wait 8 hours in gameplay to get use of all these specials. Again, I've not been doing this most efficient, but that's because I take long breaks in between recordings to edit or to do other things or to live my life. So, the way I'm doing it here is not exactly recommended, though I still would recommend going for the special shops first over anything else. I would do it in a way more organized way that actually accounts for your life, if you're more actively playing the game all the time, opposed to when you're just recording it for a shitty YouTube channel. But that's that. So basically, that's a good way to handle it. Take into account what you need first, and then how it works around your schedule. Back to the topic of my mix on these on this dungeon. I do like it because it is the first dungeon where you start to realize that oh, new enemy actually, Merchantry Mages. So we haven't encountered one of these guys yet. Let's go and put you to sleep and poison, and we'll actually sleep you too. I'm not gonna poison you because I don't really think I need to. So the mage can use, let's see, can use sleep and fire. That's our first instance of fire, a very strong, very stronger, a little bit of a stronger fire spell than fire, of course. A bit dangerous because of that, especially with the character slash that the Merchantry Thug can do, which will lower our Magic defense. Very dangerous enemy in combination with that, but on its own, it's not too bad. It's pretty strong, but nothing we can't really handle. I could just poison it to death. In fact, I'm actually gonna have Anius try and poison it again, just so we can get a little bit more damage off on DOT. Is it still asleep? It is not. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have everyone else punch it to death then. It doesn't have anything particularly good to steal, just a potion, so it's not really worth it. So I'm just gonna kind of kill it. I really want to steal from that Merchantry Thug. I don't think I've yet to actually steal a Mage Masher, which sucks, because I really do want the money from it, but... oh well, I suppose. But yeah, no, I like it. It's kind of the first dungeon that makes you think about status elements, especially since this is the first time you've really gained access to them, because it is level 2 black magic. But at the same time, some of the enemies are just kind of really fucking frustrating. Like the thugs, they can deal so much damage and blind, and just, they can be such a fucking pain. Okay, so this is where it gets bad. This is where we have all 3 of them at once, and where we can run into some trouble. I think I'm gonna poison and sleep the Merchantry Blade, because they're gonna be a big problem, and I'm also gonna do the same with the Thug. The Mage on its own isn't that bad, so I'm just gonna try and deal with that first, before anything. And just incapacitate the other 2, so I don't have to deal with them. Sleep would be good on its own. Poison is even better, because that means you get some DOT while they're asleep and can't do anything. Sweet. Okay, sweet. We can just take care of this guy. I'm actually just going to have a Dia do that. I'm going to have him, Ring a Bell, try to continue to steal from the Thug. Please, Ring a Bell. Jesus Christ. So the Blade is awake. You cure, because we really need some healing out here. Let's do this. Try and steal from it one last time, but otherwise just kind of punch it. Jesus Christ. I guess I'm just never going to be able to steal the damn thing. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, it is the first dungeon that makes you really think about status elements and how best you can use them. But if you aren't thinking about that at this time, it is a pain. So I would suggest making use of them, because it will make this dungeon and the one coming up a lot easier, a lot better, and a lot more fun to actually go through, because otherwise they're kind of just pains and feel like massive difficulty spikes, when really they aren't that bad if you just take into account all the options you have. Though mind you, I don't really blame people for not taking status elements into account that much, because in games like this with, you know, status elements, the enemy tends to inflict it all the time, while you tend to never inflict it. In this game, the chances are actually fairly high for you to inflict it. So, we finally stole a Mage Masher. I want to make sure how much that sells for. 45. Oh. I thought it sold for more than that. Clearly I was wrong. Okay, well don't bother then. It is not worth it. For 45 gold, for all the goddamn pain I've run through trying to steal it. Not worth it at all. Jesus Christ. I honestly, that battle went for so long I don't even remember what I was talking about. Something about status elements and how, like, enemies always inflict them, you never don't. So I don't blame people for not thinking about using them in this game. But seriously, they're so helpful in this game, I swear to God. I don't know how many RPGs really they are helpful in, but this is definitely one of them. I should also mention that you shouldn't be afraid to use specials in normal battles. They can be very helpful. Again, just to weaken the enemy or to heal yourself or deal a ton of damage if you just don't really want to deal with a fight. You can pretty easily get them back, so it's not like they're an expendable resource exactly. Just be careful not to waste them, like on a fight that really isn't worth using your special on. But don't be afraid to use them either. Don't be hesitant. Another thing is that the Merchantry Blades are weak to lightning, so that could be a quick way to deal with them if you want to expend the MP. These Merchantry Thugs, though, man, they do not fool around. They can psych themselves up and then do a strong strike, and that deals like 900 to 1,000 damage. They are strong, and they are not to be taken lightly. If we could have anything to inflict blind, that would be great. Unfortunately, there is no, like, Blinda magic to inflict that, so that really sucks. Or I guess Blinda would be the healing one, the heal blind, which there is a spell for that. We have that spell. I think it's blind nah. Actually, it'd just be blind, because poison and sleep are just called poison and sleep. So, that's... every time. Alright, well, I sort of just tore through those guys with magic, because frankly, don't really want to deal with them anymore. We do have to heal... sure, what do I want to use it on? Well, here's the thing. How many potions do we have? Not a ton. I guess I might as well use the ones we have, huh? No reason not to. We can heal up, ring a bell. I don't want to waste a ton of potions on like 200 HP, so let's go ahead and do this. And then I'll use the last ether on yes, just so we have more healing. I probably could afford to buy another ether, but honestly, I'm just going to hold off. I don't think I need to. So that's just going to be that. Let's take this elevator. And we're outside. Atop the castle and atop Ancheim. Heading over here, we have a top entrance to the palace.
This is the royal palace.
Shh! Someone's coming.
Blast it! Blast it! Blast it all!
Calm down.
How do you expect me to be calm? This is all the fault of that girl! From the moment the vessel returned, every cog in my plans is spun out of place. And the merchantry, that incompetent profiteur's failures threatened to bring everything crashing down. And after the lengths I went to in giving him all he could possibly need, and for what? A net negative. Time and again, that oil-slicked little rat assured me all was going to plan. And like a fool, I trusted him with everything! With claiming the wells, inflating the price of water, that bungled arrangement with the thieves, I gave the merchantry free rein.
The plan was sound. Have the merchantry cut off the water supply, eroding the people's resolve. Mandate heavy labor, for the good of the kingdom, of course, to sow further dissent. Ancheim was a powder keg. Any spark would do. Some trifling grievance to turn the brunt of all that build-up frustration on the Vestal. The Orthodoxy's lingering hold on the people's hearts and minds would be broken, and the age of anti-crystalism would begin.
As well it must! The unwashed masses' superstitious love of the crystals is an iron weight holding mankind back from true progress. Only by dashing to the ground their faith in these stones and the Vestals can my vision for Ancheim's advancement be realized. A glorious new era is right before our eyes. It was so nearly within reach, and now my plan is ruined. Why, Khint? How has this happened? Now the rabble will listen to none but the Vestal. Oh, it's a complete disaster. I should never have relied on an ignoramus like Profiteur. My plan was perfect.
That reliance on your scheming was the reason it failed. Meanwhile, the Vestal speaks without a thought in her head. There's your why.
The question was rhetorical, Spellfencer! But very well. If finesse has failed, so be it. I'll kill the girl and lay claim to the crystal. With that done, the winds will be at my fingertips. I can power the turbines or control the miasma as I see fit.
Your Highness is ever the optimist. Are you so confident this new plan will fare better, Time Mage?
It must! The people must be shown that the Vestal has no place in my new reign, or in the future of Ancheim!
Unacceptable! Please disgrace your crown no further!
What? This isn't... How are you here?
Regardless, I am here! I heard everything!
seems this scandal goes all the way up.
I knew you were an unpleasant man, but this is outright evil.
For a king to wish suffering on his own people? This cannot stand!
And just what did you supposedly hear? What new slander is this?
You're a poor actor, King.
You have some proof, then? Some evidence to show that I made these comments? Ha!
He's like a child caught in a lie.
No, of course no such proof exists. I know you lot are plotting to tear me from the throne, but it won't work. It won't.
As it happens, we do have proof. But I don't expect we'll have need of it. Ask yourself this. Given your word against the Vestals, which do you think the people will believe? Have you no shame? No sense of duty to those you rule?
You! This is all you're doing, Vestal. If you weren't here, none of this would... Yes! You can't be here any longer. Can't be anywhere, in fact. Your final silence will be the fanfare that heralds my renewed reign.
It seems the man's beyond remorse.
Spell Fencer Sigma Kent, name your price. Empty the kingdom's coffers if you like. Whatever it takes, I want these vermin dead!
I pick my clients for their pocketbooks, not their moral fiber. I'll not grow scruples now. You have a deal, King, for as long as your riches hold.
And with that, we're fighting both Khamer and Khint, and this time, Khint will not flee no matter how much damage Khamer takes. They're both their individual enemies that we have to deal with and deplete their HP. Also, is Anya's using a... No, she's using a staff, just looks like about. Anyway, this fight can be a bit tough if you don't properly make use of specials. I'm not actually sure who I want to kill first. I think Khamer. Khamer's mainly going to be applying buffs with Velga, which increases evasion. And Khint's just kind of be doing the same thing, fire and sword, silence sword magic. So he's just going to be doing damage. You just default. You use your special just to give us crit rate up, which is going to help Adia. Actually, it'll be better is you start stealing, because we actually do have a few things I want to steal. Since we're going with Khamer first, I guess, we'll use it there. Which would be better? Both are pretty good. Let's go with hit count up, might as well. Even though they are the same special in terms of the either everything else besides their element, which doesn't matter in this fight because they have no elemental weaknesses. The hit count up seems like it'd be kind of nice. Actually, Khamer has like really high defense. Also, he's gonna use Quara, which is this Earth Sword Magic. Earth Sword Magic? No, just Earth Magic in general. So we have to watch out for that. The reason I did Adia special first is because... No, you just continue still. What am I doing? Ring a Bell special can give us crit count up. That's an ether. That's good, I guess. Which is going to be great for rebuilding Adia special when we have need of it. You're just going to run a cure for now, I guess. You continue to steal because you didn't steal the thing I exactly wanted. There we go. That's the one I wanted. That is a Jade Crozier, which is a good staff. That's pretty much it. Just a good staff, but I want it. Even if it's not as good as the mythical staff we have right now, it will be good for selling later anyway. I should mention, if we go to items, you can see that the staff will not actually be in the equipment. We have to actually finish the battle to properly get it. You go and use your special to give us crit rate up, so you can start building her special back up pretty well. And then we can kind of this chain going, as well as Tiz's special, which we have already ready. Anya's special is going to probably build up pretty quick. Unfortunately, Ring Bell is not exactly a strong character at the moment, because he doesn't have a very good weapon equipped. He has just a normal-ass spear. But that's mostly so he can build a special and keep things going, opposed to actually dealing damage. I don't want to use Anya's special quite yet. Let's just go ahead and cure all, and then cure Ring a Bell. He can continue to steal from Khint, because we have to get the item from him as well. And we can start dealing with Khamer again. Oh, you inflicted silence on Tiz. That sucks. Well, you can still use a special suit, so that's not a big deal. I should have come in with Ani's special actually healing silence. That would have been helpful. So for now, you just do that. Do we have a thing to heal silence? I don't think we do. So she's actually going to have to make use of Echo Herbs, which we have plenty of, so that's not a big deal. And then she'll just run 2 cures. You continue to steal, and you continue to attack. You can steal anything. There are 2 different, 3 different things you can get technically from stealing. You can have the dialogue that you actually properly stole something. You can have you couldn't steal anything, which means that the item, or that you just failed to steal it, but they do have an item to steal. And then there was nothing to steal, which is, well, they had nothing to steal. So, if you see the second one, know that you should probably keep trying, because there is something to steal. You just aren't able to, you just failed to do it that one time. This crit rate is not helping me out that much from what I can tell, which sucks. The hit count actually might have been way more helpful, now thinking about it now, because though it does have high defense, he is increasing evasion, which means we're going to land more hits now. Did I stick from Khamer? Why? Which means the evasion is going to be much less of a problem. So usually this fight tends to go on, oh, he can also use stop when he's lower on health, which just stops an ally. Using an Ring Bell is not that big of a deal, honestly. I don't really mind that too much. He's going to go and use Rejuvenation now and continue to punch Khamer. Because they'll just avoid a lot of attacks, and
I'll give my throne to no one! No one!
Well, cool, there goes Khamer. Yeah, he has a lot of health and a good bit of defense, but if you use magic on him quite a bit, he'll go down real quick. And Khint himself isn't really that big of a problem. Like, the silence sword magic is going to be a bit annoying if he keeps using it on Tiz. But, otherwise, I mean, it's not that bad. I'm just going to kind of keep punching him. I want to steal the thing from him. In fact, I might actually, hold off on doing anything else until we're able to do that. Though I should make sure we have a special built up. So I'm actually going to attack with a Dia and continue to heal with Anias, because that's obviously not going to hurt him. I do definitely want to steal the thing from him, though, because it is very good for later. But we are just not having good luck doing so. Let's attack with Tiz, because I think he has fairly high magic defense, and I'd rather build Tiz's special up, because it's more consistent to build up. Oh, god damn it, of course. We might lose this special then. It's fine. Just attack once. Maybe you'll get a crit, and maybe this will be the time you need to build a special up. Nope. Yeah, I don't think we're going to keep the special going. You're willing to use an Echo Orb on yourself. You're not doing anything else, so just do that. Use a Cure, use Steal, attack. Maybe we can get it this turn, and maybe we'll be good. Kinda doubt it. We haven't really done any damage to Khint, so really I shouldn't be concerned about this. Like, we should really be fine, actually, to keep going. I shouldn't go all out like this, though. That's kind of stupid. Yeah, we lost the special. Oh well, these things happen. Just attack twice. Might as well. Wow, we have the Thieves' Glove on, too. I know that for a fact, so it's not like we're, you know, in theory, we should steal things one half of the time, right? So this is, we're just getting really shitty luck here. I don't want Brave. I don't have any BP on Ring a Bell. Come on! This sucks. This really sucks. Ring a Bell really should have stolen it by now. Maybe he did and I didn't notice, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. I kind of just want to default until we do it. He's not doing that much damage, so I think I'm just going to do that. Well, there's the high potion. Great, that's not what I wanted, but there it is, a scimitar. Just a good sword for later when we start using swords again. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted. Now we can actually continue to fight. You just start using Salesman, I guess. Might as well. We're gonna kill Khint anyway, so might as well steal a little bit of his fortune.
What? You aren't running this time?
A contract is a contract, and many's the coin I earned under the king's auspices. It's not in my nature, but I'm prepared to die for this one.
Sweet, so now we're selling things to Khint because Ring Bell's not really going to be able to do anything else. He can't really damage Khint that much, and I don't really think we're going to need specials going forward. I mean, we might as well use them, but I don't think we need them, really. So I'm just going to continue to sell things and get some more pig. Sell this desert rose, sure, whatever. And just continue to punch with a Dia. Might as well. No harm in this, so... We might die this turn, though. I mean, when we get that dog, it means we've done quite a bit of damage to him. I think he's about halfway down. So... Hopefully he'll go down fairly soon. I'd love to actually, for him to keep being alive. Because I would love to keep selling things to him to get more money. No harm in that. I don't believe you actually lose the item if it fails to sell, because it doesn't 100% succeed. I don't believe... I just did a physical attack with Tiz. That was stupid. Yeah, you don't 100% of the time sell it, but most of the time it does succeed. Actually, can I maybe check exactly the percentage on that? Success rate depends on the item. So I guess with the sale price, it would the chance of it succeeding would go down, basically.
Very well. Only fitting that money should be my end. My goal is met. I've no reason to earn another coin. No reason.
Alright. Lots of rewards from that one. Tons of pig thanks to more money. I don't believe... I think the pig you earn from salesman is automatically factored into your total. It's not total into the total at the end of a battle, I believe. So we've just gained pig in general, not just from the end of that battle. But of course, with every Asterisk battle, we get jobs. First up, Spell Fencer. This is a personal favorite job of mine. It's really fun to use. So, their specialty is to make use of magic and physical attack. They have decent stats in both, as you can see. Decent strength. They have just really good stat affinities across the board. Their specialty is anti-magic, which raises their magic defense by 50% for 4 turns when they're hit by a magic attack. That's helpful. I mean, it's not really that special, but it is helpful, so I'm not really going to complain. They get sword magic level ups at level 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, and 12, so that should get them fairly quickly and fairly consistently. At level 3, they get Firewall, which is a 50% chance to counter any attack with a fire attack, which, pretty helpful. Not a ton of damage done to it, but it's, I mean, better than nothing. If you have nothing else to equip, then you might as well equip that. They have Magic Armor at level 6, which reduces damage from any element that they currently have on their sword magic. So say they have sword magic fire equipped, then they will take less damage from fire magic for 4 turns. Very helpful against specific enemies. It means that even in like a fight where they don't have an elemental weakness, but they say use fire magic, you can just use or you can use Magic Armor and have a ton of defense towards that one specific thing. Even if they aren't going to be weak to it, you're immune to it, basically. Not immune to it, but resistance to it. It's awesome. Anti-magic level 10. I talked about that. That's a specialty, but you can get it for any class at level 10. And Phantom Weapon at level 14 is great. It adds the power of your currently equipped weapon to the damage of magic attacks. It's so good. It makes you so powerful, but of course that is your max job skill, so it does take a long time to get to that. Their weapon affinities are quite good. Well, sort of. They have good in swords and good in katanas, but really that's all you need. We finally have something that's good in swords. We haven't had that for... Well, knights good in swords. We had a katana, so I never got a sword for them. So now we finally have something that's actually good at that. So thank God. And great armor aptitude as well. A very, very good class that I love using for nearly the entire duration of the game. You're going to see it be a favorite of mine. But we also have the Time Mage Asterisk. This is another interesting job. Not interesting in the same way of as Merchant, where I would argue to say it's useless. It's just weird. It's not a job I'd say is like a requirement that you have to get this leveled up and mastered. It's a really useful job, but it's not what I could say is useless either. It's just kind of... there. It's cool to use. It's fun to use. I'm going to use it. I'm going to try and use every job for at least a little bit in this playthrough. But it's... well, let's go over the specialties first and the abilities and all that. So the specialty is Time Slip. which means if you lose a battle, you'll return to the start of it, which only happens once per battle, but if you need to rethink your strategy, then it gives you an opportunity to do so without having to reload the game or start from the last checkpoint. More helpful when the game didn't have autosave, but helpful nonetheless anyway. It does not regain SP if you've used that, so take that into account, but that shouldn't be a huge deal. You get time magic levels at level 1, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And you get slow parry at level 3, which is kind of like Firewall, a 50% chance to apply slow to a target when hit by a physical attack, which just means they're slower. Helpful. I would say more helpful than Firewall, arguably, but not a vital skill. But again, if you have nothing better to equip, you might as well equip that. Time Stop at level 5. We already talked about that. Stop immediate level 7, which makes you immune to stop. Very helpful for some enemies and bosses. Save TMMP, Time Magic MP, which just lowers the amount of cost of Time Magic. Lowers the cost of Time Magic by 25%. Very good. I definitely want to equip that basically as soon as you get it if you're playing and using Time Magic. You have Slow World at level 11, which lowers the BP of everyone in the battle rather, by 1 every 2 turns. And to counter that, you have Hasten World at level 14, which gives everyone 1 BP at the end of a turn. Both of those might sound pretty bad, because lowering everyone's BP, I mean, that lowers your BP too. Why would you want that? And Hasten World gives your enemies BP. Why would you want that? Slow World, I can't make that much of an argument for. It's helpful in certain specific scenarios against certain bosses, but it's not that great. And Hasten World sounds not that great in theory, but it's actually really fucking good. Enemies not every enemy has something they do when they have a ton of BP. So it can be helpful against certain enemies that don't take advantage of it, or certain bosses that don't take advantage of it, or bosses that otherwise would just default to get their BP anyway, and you might as well give them BP faster, because then you can attack more. There's certain scenarios where it's helpful, certain scenarios where it's not. It's not something you're gonna have equipped all the time. You want to actually think, will Hasten World be helpful in this situation? Given that you get it at level 14, you probably won't see it much, but it is a really fun ability, a really cool ability, and one I would suggest for certain bosses in certain scenarios. So, yeah, that's about it. As for stat affinities, you have decent MP, you have actually great MP and great intelligence and great mind, so you have basically good magic stats across the board, and not so great in everything else. Arms aptitude, great in staves, and decent in nothing else, you're just good in staves. Which is weird, because you think it'd be good in rods too, but oh well. And for armor aptitude, not great, but what do you expect?
I see. I regret my failure to see through the former king's misdeeds. It seems the people of Ancheim are once more in your debt, Lady Vestal. On their behalf, I thank you.
Where will the kingdom go from here? How will it function in the absence of its king?
I will take up the mantle of governance for the time being, though that is no lasting solution. Ancheim will have to change. With luck, it will become a land led by its people for the benefit of all. What is certain is that it will ever be a welcome home to you and your companions, Lady Vestal. We will pray for your safe journey. Go, and bring your light to all the world.
Thankfully, we've cleaned up Ancheim as well. We also have a new ending update. Just gift some trader, nothing special. And with that, well, there's nothing left to do in Ancheim, really. I'm gonna go into the inn and heal up, and save as well. But then we're gonna go... Actually, before we do that, we have some things to buy here. We have the last of the white magic and black magic that we didn't buy, and also some time magic. We have slow, which lowers target speed. We have regen, which gradually restores their speed. That is very good, especially in long boss battles. It does go away if you die, but it'll stop you from dying as much, hopefully, so that's good. And we have earth magic in Quake. I'm gonna buy that because actually, I'm going to make Tiz a time mage now. And I'm going to give him black magic. I would equip staff lore, or rod lore rather, but as I mentioned before, in this instance, actually I'm going to give him stats immunity. in these instances, it doesn't really matter having high proficiency in rods because, like, again, you'd only do more damage with physical attacks, and we're not really going to be focusing on physical attacks with Tiz. So, whatever. I'm just going to keep him with the Mithril Rod and not bother giving him Staff Lore because it won't matter anyway. I'm just going to keep him on that because it's just going to... If we go to the specials, we can see that Rod Lores are just built up by using magic at all. So, time magic, black magic, white magic, doesn't matter. Tiz special builds up either way. And I'm going to go and save as well, and then we'll be out of Ancheim. So, we got some notes from the Prime Minister. What was this guy's name? The guy who's now the controlling the government of Ancheim. They sent food to our ship, as well as the permission to actually board the Echelon at all. So, awesome. Makes this trip a lot easier.
I feel guilty simply sitting around like this.
We all need rest, my dear. Whatever we're to face next, let us do it with a full store of energy. Besides, I'm told exhaustion is murder on the skin. Think of your complexion.
My what? Try to behave, ring a bell. You're upsetting the poor girl.
Is that a hint of jealousy I detect? Perhaps it's you who's upset by...
You're hilarious.
I can think of no sadder creature in this world than a man unable to inspire a little jealousy. It is. For now, I need some air. All this riding on the waves is...
Do you suppose he's all right? Leave him. A little seasickness will keep him quiet.
Agnes, do you know the other Vestals? In your speech, you mentioned working with them.
It is my hope that such a collaboration can be achieved, but I have yet to meet the Vestals of Earth or Fire. I know only the Water Vestal, Olivia. I have since we were children, as our temples stand in neighboring kingdoms. Since we became Vestals in full, we've exchanged no correspondence, but I fear the rotting of the seas is proof enough that some ill has befallen the water crystal. I pray that Olivia has fared better.
That was fast. Feeling better?
Yeah!
Vestal of the Wind Crystal, Agnes oblige. Surrender at once, or see your companion slain.
You! Dark night alternus dim!
Who? What? Idea? You're all right. We've been mad with worry. But you are a captive to the Vestal no longer. Come, I will see she makes no move. Quickly, to my side. Come away from the Vestal.
No! You keep away from him! If you intend to hurt Agnes or Tiz, he'll answer to me for it.
What? What madness is this? You speak nonsense.
I'm not her captive, and she poses no threat. I'm here of my own free will.
What then? You betrayed the Duchy? Betrayed your father? Have you lost your mind, girl?
I'm entirely sane. In fact, there's much I've only begun to see clearly now that I've gone traitor.
No more of this. Idea, bind the Vestal's hands. Do this now, and I'll forget all you said here. Please.
It seems you've already forgotten. I said no, Alternus.
What new form of torment is this? I cannot bear these games, Idea. Do not do this to me.
Take one step closer to Agnes and I'll do a lot worse. This is my decision. I'll hold nothing back. I may not be able to best you, even so. But I will see that you bleed before I die.
You're certain, then?
I'm certain.
Silencing you would be a simple task. But one slip of my hand and even the flat of my blade would mean your end. I'm a poor hand at holding back.
Then don't bother. I'm not the sort to be cowed by threats, Dim. Perhaps I get that from my father.
I cannot keep this from your father. I ask once more. Will you reconsider?
My mind is set.
Stubborn girl. You're... Very well. I shall withdraw for now. But know this, Vestal. You and your abettors are ever under our watch. What you aim to do runs counter to the flow of progress. You place mankind on the road to annihilation. I'll not allow you to go unchecked. It's time your wings were clipped.
Oh, the Sky Stone!
Cool your head before we next meet, Edea.
Alternus! Tiz! Are you alright? Tiz!
I'm fine. Sorry I wasn't much use back there. If I'd been more...
You're safe. That is all I ask. Edea! Who was that man? He knew you! He's a member of the Council of Six, the Duchy of Eternia's highest governing body.
And the 6 people sending an army after Agnes.
Your tone was familiar. You were close? We grew up together.
Rejoice, jolly companions. I found the loveliest seashells out there. Here, a gift from... Did I miss something?
You really are hopeless, Ring-a-Bell. Well?
No good, I'm afraid. She won't budge an inch off the ground. Seems we're earthbound until we've another one of these sky stone things.
Blast that Alternus! And me for not seeing this coming! But we can't sit and stew here. Hurry up and do something!
If the ship's grounded, that leaves travel by foot. I suppose we'll have to try our luck with this forest and its miasma.
Well, we have no more airship. We can still float around in the Echelon, but no more taking off for us, which means not much progress can really be made. So one thing I realized I've forgotten to do, I wanted to actually change Edea over to be a spell fencer. And, give her... What do you want to give her? I guess chivalry... martial arts actually be better for inner alchemy, so we're gonna go and do that. And there's nothing I really particularly want to give you. I could give you knuckle lore. Actually, let's see. Let's see what that can do. And we'll see if that's stronger, if she's stronger with a sword still or with a with knuckles. So I'd rather her have some defense. She is stronger with these. But again, I'd rather... We don't have a shield for her, do we? No, we don't. So, fuck it. Go with this for now. Whatever. It's probably not a good idea, but hey. I'm, this channel is full of bad ideas, so I don't care. Yeah, I guess we can stick her with, martial arts. But yeah, that's it for now. So, without any other way to progress, next time, we try our luck at this miasma for... Are you fucking kidding me? I just can't end anything without running into a random encounter. Next time, we try to go through the miasma forest. Hopefully the winds clear up that miasma enough where we can at least choke our way through the place at least. That's our only way to floor him now, after all, so... Better than nothing, I guess. See you guys then. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.